Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning Coffee with Back to Basics Dog Training. For those of you who don't know me watching for the first time, I'm head trainer Leon here at Back to Basics Dog Training. And each and every week, I bring you this live free Q&A session. I answer all your dog training questions, nothing is off limits as far as I'm concerned, as long as it's related to dogs and dog training. With that being said, I did mention last week that I am going to be coming up with a new platform, still working on it, where we're going to do some interviews during the live broadcast to do one-on-one training with a couple people each and every week. We're putting out a broadcast post as soon as I finalize all the details on that. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are really excited about it too. Um, and as always, if you're watching now, later on the replay, shoot me a comment. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching. Just give me a shout out. It would be greatly appreciated. So, this week's topic, I'm going to talk about something that somebody approached to me. Good morning, John. Um, Somebody approached to me in my complex this week, and it it was a very strange situation because their dog got off leash, and they don't understand how that happened. Well, one thing, guys, it's great we use all these different tools. We use harnesses, we use, regular collars, nylon collars, we use choker chains, we use martingale collars, we use whatever we use. Most of the tools that are out there for dogs, they can escape from. And it's real important. If you're going to use a regular nylon collar to walk your dog, make sure it's tight enough. You shouldn't be able to slip it on and off over their head easily, because if you can do that, they can back out of it. And if you're walking and live in a busy neighborhood where there's a lot of traffic, that's a recipe for disaster. So make sure you fit the tool to your dog. I know everybody wants to make sure there's no pressure on the dog's throat, but if the dog can escape from the collar, it's such a bad situation can happen. We don't want this to happen. My choice of tools is simple. Is I believe in the martingale collar. I think it's a very good collar because if the dog gets spooked for any reason, backs up, it tightens up and they can't escape. Because if your dog is scared of something and trying to back out of back away from the situation, if they get out, you can't help them overcome the fear. And we need to help them overcome some of their fears and phobias. For whatever reason they have them, doesn't matter why, we need to figure it out. So, you know, that was the first thing I noticed is when we finally got the dog, the collar, literally, I could have put my whole fist in there. That's how much room is there. And the answer I got, good morning, Michelle and Athena and Rob. Um, the answer I got for why it was so loose is, oh, I didn't want it too tight. It'd be uncomfortable. Well, it's too loose, and the dog was able to escape. And I think we were able to get the dog, and everything was fine. But guys, check your tools. Don't fall for the misleading thing they say about harnesses that dogs can't escape from harnesses. They can, they have, they will. If there's a will, there's a way. The things they won't escape from is anything that tightens up as they back up or whatever they're doing. You want something. Good morning, Barb. How are you? Um, it's real important. It's safer for your dog. And if you teach your dog to walk properly, because I know the reasoning why people don't want the martingale collars or the choker chains or the slip leashes or whatever is because they don't want to choke their dog. One thing I always tell people, if your vet doesn't tell you your dog has a trachea problem, then don't worry about some pressure on the dog's neck because the dog is pulling when it's walking. Teach your dog not to pull while it's walking. And that's where it comes back to. Every week I talk about the same thing. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and learn, go to the playlist on there, How to Leash Train My Dog, 5 easy steps. It's all about mastering the walk. Having that calm, relaxed walk is crucial to not having your dog back out of a collar. It's so crucial. It will save their lives. So that was my public service announcement for this week. It's real important. Hopefully we'll start getting some questions up here and I can start answering some questions because that's what this is all about. Um, and again, I'm going to put the information up there. John, hey, John, if you pet Luke or he gets excited and bites you, I don't let anyone pet him. He's a pit. He's bit 5 people. Okay. Excitement bites are not bites. Guys, keep that in mind. Dogs play with their mouths. That's bottom line. But what you have to do is make them learn to earn the affection. You can have people start petting him, but if he gets excited, we stop the process, do your leash correction that we've talked about, say no, wait till his mind is calm again, and make him earn the affection. This, I don't remember how old your dog is, but this is months or years in the making of him doing this behavior. By not having people pet him, we're avoiding the situation. We're avoiding teaching him what we're looking for him to do. So, and I've worked with dogs like this before that just out of sheer excitement, you start petting them. And it's not to hurt somebody, it's just the way of playing. So you slow the whole process down. If somebody's approaching him, he's 6. If somebody's approaching him and he starts getting excited when that person's, say, 5 feet away, stop that person. Do this in a controlled environment. Do it with somebody who can help you. Stop that person from walking. Make your dog calm down. Go for the state of mind of calm, and then once you think your dog is in a calmer state of mind, that person takes another step forward. If the dog gets excited, we start the whole process over again until the point where you can have a conversation at a normal distance with the person and your dog is calm. And then maybe we can try having the person pet the dog. And if he gets excited, we start over again. And he's trained. I got him from a trainer. I don't know. Again, I don't want to knock anybody, but apparently something was lacking in the training process because there was no reason for a dog at 6, especially at 6 years old at this point, to still get that excited um, around the person. So just, what, they may have trained him and something was missed along the line. Just revisit it. And like I said, have a friend or somebody that can come by that the dog would normally react to. Have them start approaching. And if he gets excited, we correct him and the person stops. And we do everything in baby steps. It takes some time, like we've talked about. Same thing with some of the other issues you talked about with the barking at the TV and the other issues. It takes some time, but you do it right. You stay calm. That person stay calm, and that person that you're using shouldn't be making direct eye contact with your dog either. Even if they're 5 feet away, they shouldn't be looking at the dog. They should be looking at you. One, looking at you for guidance, and two, to have a conversation with you. They don't need to be focused on the dog's behavior. That's your job. Um, and when he's calm, that person takes another step forward. If he stays calm, the person continues to walk. When I stopped the training and moved, it's when he started doing this. Yeah. So he knows what you're expecting. You just got to reinforce the behavior. It's like what I said last week. I don't think you were on last week, John. Zoe grabbed some food off of a table. She's never done that before. It's something I've worked very hard on her with. So she doesn't take people food off the table. And there was food on the coffee table. She took it. She thought it was okay. And we had to readdress the training. They make mistakes. It's just a matter of reinforcing it. So don't look at this as a major thing. Just take the time and do it right. Michelle says we are adopting a puppy next weekend and could use some suggestions on introducing her to Athena. We know we need to do it in neutral territory. Absolutely. Also, we got her a new crate and a metal corral to keep them separated. Yeah, in the beginning, keep them separated. So to do it, Michelle and anybody else, there's a video on my YouTube channel, how to introduce a new dog or something like that. It's talking about bringing a new dog into your house and setting rules, but with another dog, you definitely need to set clear rules. Couple things in the beginning, your new puppy should be confined to a certain area. Athena is still the matriarch of the family in that case, and she should have a lot more freedom. Definitely crate train, meet in neutral territory, do a lot of pack walks, which I know is hard for you. Um, and everything has to be based on calm. If they're not supervised, they're always separated. Um, and make the puppy earn privileges. Don't give the puppy the same privileges as you would give Athena, because Athena's earned some of those privileges. You definitely want to establish there's rules for the puppies, there's rules for Athena. They should still be basic concept of the same rules, but Athena's earned some more privileges, and the puppy needs to get to that point. Um, Definitely crate. When the puppy's in the crate, Athena shouldn't be near the puppy. That's the puppy's safe zone. That's where it should feel safe. A lot of leash work on both of them. And everything has to be based on calm. Athena is an excitable dog. We know this. She's a big girl. She can hurt a puppy um, unintentionally. And I would just, everything in a controlled environment. We've talked about controlled environments a lot. But I would definitely start meeting in neutral territory. And before you make the final decision to adopt the puppy, I would have them get together and see how they get along. Not all dogs get along. I'm here right now. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I'm at my daughter's house watching my granddogs. I have Zoe here. Uh, Zoe and Brody get along great. I can leave them alone. I don't care about them. They're fine. But if I leave Milo, the husky, alone with Zoe, that could be a problem. Zoe doesn't necessarily like the husky's energy. Uh, Puppy is almost 40 pounds, 6 months old. She's so hopeful Athena won't hurt her. First of all, you're going to say Athena's not going to hurt her because you guys know what you're going to look for. So if you introduce them and say, "Oh my God, she may hurt the puppy, she may hurt her," she's going to hurt the puppy. You're in control. You see that excitement level, Michelle, get to a certain point. Me with Athena, I wouldn't let her go past the two. If you see, you got to control it. And you control it. One, it shows the puppy, hey, even the older dog gets rules. If the puppy gets too excited, you correct the puppy. Athena says, "Oh, look at this. You're the pack leader. I have to, this is cool. You're protecting me." Uh, excuse me. And remember, you advocate for the dog that needs to be advocated for. If Athena, for whatever reason, growls at the puppy because the puppy is invading Athena's space, you don't discipline Athena. You discipline the puppy because the puppy went into Athena's personal space. But if the puppy's just laying down somewhere and Athena starts growling, then you discipline Athena. Um, if that makes sense, let me know if that makes sense because I've seen this happen so many times, guys, where we discipline the wrong dog because the dog growled or did something, but all the other dog is trying to do, the dog is trying to do is set the rules. And then, if if and I'm using this what I deal with the dogs we just talked about, Zoe and Milo. If Milo gets into Zoe's personal space, Zoe's going to let out a growl. I do not discipline Zoe. I discipline Milo and say, "Hey, no, get away." And that shows Zoe that I'm in charge. But I've seen Zoe become a little bitch. I don't know how else to say it. Where Milo's doing nothing wrong and Zoe just acts like a complete idiot. And then I discipline Zoe. I advocate for the dog that needs, same way when you have kids, you advocate for the kid that needs to be advocated for. We feed them separately. Absolutely. This makes sense to discipline the instigator. Absolutely. Feed them separately in the beginning. Uh, During feeding times, once you have a pack of dogs, which is more than one, feeding should be supervised at all times. It's not put their food down in neutral corners and go about doing what you need to do. Uh, Absolutely hide all the toys for a while. Anything that can be considered recess or high value or guarding type of issues, they're gone for now. And again, when you do bring them out, you do it in a controlled environment. You give them out when they're calm, and then you have to supervise them. A lot of people have told me they feed their dogs separately, but while they're feeding their dogs separately, they go about doing whatever they got to do around the house. Nobody's watching the dogs, and all of a sudden, one dog may finish first and go to the other dog, and there's a fight on your hands. And again, I'm going to use what I'm dealing with right now. I have the three dogs here. I fed them this morning. I stood there while they ate just to make sure. Now, are they going to fight? I don't know. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Should we feed them at the same time or in different rooms separated by the gate? Feed them at the same time, absolutely. Now, the puppy is 6 months, so it's down to eating probably twice a day. I don't think it needs to eat three times a day at this point. I would feed them at the same time and really use feeding. This is actually pretty cool. Use the feeding as you're providing the food. You are the pack leader. You're allowing these two dogs to eat. They have to eat in the state of mind you want them to eat in. This way, the food isn't more relevant. You need to be more relevant than the food. So, most people make their dogs sit before they eat. But if they're still excited, don't feed them. If that state of mind is not calm, don't feed them because the food is more relevant than you. I've seen this hundreds, if not more times. People, look, my dog is really good. Sit, and they're holding the food bowl, and the dog is staring at the food bowl, not at the person who's providing the food. The food is more relevant than the person at that point. The dog needs to look at you in a calm state of mind for you to put the food down. Now, if you put the food down and they get up right away, nope, you pick it up and go, no, no, no. You go when I tell you can go. And they have to understand food represents calm. Definitely use a gate to separate them, but I would also be there. Just because a gate is separating them. Remember, Athena's a big dog. This is a 40-pound, 6-month-old dog, so it's probably pretty strong. And Michelle, I am imploring you with the new puppy, start mastering the walk day one. I know you have the yard, you want to master the walk. Build your confidence with the new puppy. Master the walk. Go out there. You got this under control. We're going. I don't know what the puppy's name is, what her name is. And you're just going to go and you're going to do it. It's going to be threshold management, structured walk. Do it right. Do it with Rob with Athena or do it with somebody else in Athena. But first, focus on training the puppy the right way. Yeah, you have to. You have to. You have to. Can we do the initial introduction here in the yard? I would recommend no. Reason being is I know Athena has a territorial issue a little bit over there, it seems like, because she doesn't like the neighbor's dog. Um, she barks at dogs on the street. You got to find a neutral place. My suggestion, and again, I'm going to use real life. When we got Zoe, I already had my dog Maddie. We brought Maddie to, to the neutral place. John asked, the amount of food you give, do you do by weight? Yeah, that's the only formula I can use. As I get older, I kind of change it up a little bit. Um, yeah, the schoolyard fenced-in area, that's where you should go. One, when it comes to feeding, and I just had a conversation with somebody who we're going to help with their puppy. I always ask my vet's recommendation on feeding, how much food I should give them. I think vets know a little bit better than me. I think some of the pet food companies are going to put, your dog is 40 pounds, feed 3 cups a day. They're trying to sell more food, of course. I'm not saying they all do that. If they really do that, I don't know. I always ask my vet for recommendations when it comes to feeding. Same way, I know, the lady who's getting the dog that I worked with, talked to yesterday, the breeder said, leave the food in the crate. It's a puppy. It needs to eat as much as possible. And I don't agree with that. Check with the vet. I always say check with your vet. Your dog like Zoe has a thyroid problem. I have to watch her. She's on medication. I have to watch the amount of food she eats and make sure she eats enough. Her problem is she doesn't eat enough. Um, so always check with your vet. Um, the thing on the bags, the dog food on the is a recommendation for average dogs. So they're averaging that over how many dogs. The age of the dog makes a difference. There's a lot that goes into it. Um, but getting back to this, they were saying, to leave the food in the dog's crate. It's a puppy, it needs to eat. They're saying, thanks for not saying we're crazy for getting another dog left out. Be excited, but I would never say you're crazy. The more dogs, the merrier. Be diligent. Be the calm, assertive pack leader your dogs need. Michelle, I'm telling you, it's going to come from you. It's going to come from Rob. The calmer you stay and expect something, expect mistakes to happen. Just correct them, teach them what you expect from them, but you have to stay calm. It's going to come from you. You're not crazy. You're allowed to be excited, but don't be excited when they first. "Oh, Athena, this is your new sister, yeah, 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 yeah," because that's going to create a nightmare. This is a matter of fact. Um, Hey, Barb. No, she's not in the South Carolina. She's actually one of my customers from Long Island. Um, we're not going to make the same mistakes, and they weren't mistakes, guys. Stop with the word mistakes. You just didn't know any better. That's why we do this. You know, we're not. Uh, Barb, you're asking. I've been looking. Well, where I'm lost here. I've been looking for a place for my dog. Barb, we got enough dog parks. There's a great dog park up in Pineville that I really like. I don't know how your dog. I haven't really met your dog yet. One of these days, I should do that. Um, I like the dog park up in Pineville because before you go into the dog park, you can do a nice walk around it. I don't know if you've ever been up there, but if you need to, reach out to me or Marcy. Um, oh, Toby, I'm sorry. Oh my lord, I'm in one of those. It's Saturday, guys. Sorry. I like the dog park up in Pineville. I really do. Reason being is one, we need to get Toby out, and the park up in Pineville has a nice walking trail around the beautiful lake. Controlled. And then if do a lap or two around the lake, Toby will be tired. It's a good time to introduce to a dog park. I would suggest doing that with me at first because state of mind is going to make a difference. I've seen how Toby reacts to certain dogs and he gets a little scutchy, but you have to get him out around other dogs. We talked about this last time I saw you guys. And the more you get him out where he sees other dogs and you guys are staying on top of it, and hopefully um, Mark is controlling the excitement when he comes home and not allowing Toby to get excited when he gets home. And hopefully that's helping some of those situations we saw at the ball field. 6 months old, I would say definitely use this, either one, the martingale or the slip lead. I like slip leashes, guys, because I can keep them where I want them, which is high and tight. Mendota makes the best slip leads that I've found so far. A little bit pricey. It's probably like $20 for a good quality slip leash. But you can keep it up high. You want it high and tight behind the ears. Oh, that really hurt. I don't know why. Um, so yeah, Barb, let me know. How's it going with the excitement when Mark comes home and stuff? I'd be curious because that should definitely start taking back some of that control that we lost. And if anybody doesn't remember, we did talk about Toby a few times on here. Toby is a rescue dog that that's what we got the Mendota. Yeah, I would use it. I like the Mendota better, but not completely solved yet. Okay, it's a work in process. If you need, shoot me out a text. We can always regroup. I need to get over there and see Al soon anyway. I haven't seen him in a while. I know he's busy with his play. Um, but we can definitely regroup. And one of the things I wanted to do is maybe do a pack walk. Um, Maybe we can get a few dogs together down at the ball field, maybe by you guys, and just do a pack walk. See how it goes. We'll bring Zoe. We'll bring both Zoes. Uh, we'll bring both Zoes. Maybe bring Toby. Maybe we'll find some other people that have dogs there. Maybe I'll have my grand dogs come. I don't know. We'll figure out something because guys, dog socialization is important. And when I say dog socialization, I'm not talking about necessarily play dates where it's just all based on excitement. I think that's a huge mistake we make a lot of times is we think, well, we got to socialize the dogs, which means they should play. No, it's about structure. Even a play date can be structured. But the best structure is the walk with everybody in control of their own dogs. I did this a lot on Long Island. We used to go to a town called Port Jeff, and we used to do pack walks. I didn't bring a dog. I worked with people to help them with their dogs. And maybe I got to set up something like that again down here. I think it'll be crucial. Um, I know there's a Sun City Facebook page. Maybe we could post it out on there. We could meet at maybe near the dog park, because I think near the dog park, correct me if I'm wrong, Barb, there's walking trails over there somewhere too, in the woods and stuff. If not, we can always go up to Pineville. We'll all meet up there. What do I care? I like the dog park up in Fort Mill, but they charge. Um, so that's not the best thing. So again, Michelle with for Athena, everything based on calm. You and Rob stay calm. Uh, Master the walk. I can't stress that enough. A lot of walk. Yeah, so maybe we can do something there. I can't stress enough how important mastering the walk will be, especially for the new puppy. But if you can master it with the puppy, you should be able to master it with Athena as well, because energy feeds energy. So if you can keep the puppy calm and show the good walk with the puppy, and then you take Athena with you, Athena's going to read that energy. And if you master it with the puppy's probably not going to feed off Athena's energy. And if it does, it'll be easy to correct. And this way we get Athena out there. Athena needs to get out there, same way Toby does. And the more we get these dogs out there, the better this goes. We'll be walking the new pup all the time. Hopefully, Athena can join us. Just make it happen. Not in the beginning. Focus on mastering the walk with the puppy, because it's a new beginning. Need to get you and Buddy together. Just give me a shout out, guys. I'm going to put my information up here. This way you have it. It's somewhere over here. Here's my information. I always say texting and emailing are the best forms to get in touch with me. Phone calls don't always work out very well. Messages, I mean to get to them, but I don't see them in front of my face, so I don't remember to get to them sometimes, and it's no excuse, but it's reality. Also, keep in mind, guys, I'm going to be changing this platform up soon, and I really want your input. Your input, guys, is so important to me, because I do this for you. So the new platform is going to be me talking my topic of the week for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then what I would like to do is have people email me at info@backtobasicsdogtraining.com issues they have with their dogs. And depending on how many I get, every week I'm going to try to select 2 or 3 people to actually come live and be right here with me. And we're going to do a dog training session, 15 minutes. It's not going to be a long, drawn out thing. We're going to hit a specific issue. We're going to talk about it as if I'm in your living room, because guess what, guys? Every Saturday morning, I'm in your living room. So we can do this because I want people to see how the training methodology works. And then the key would be, in a few weeks, we're going to do a follow-up interview. So what do you guys want? Think about this concept. You're going to get a free training session one-on-one on your issues. Not like this, which is great, where I'm hitting plethora of issues. I'm going to focus for 15 minutes on your issue. Just you and me, with the world watching us, unfortunately, but I'm going to be focused on you, where I'm not going to get distracted by this. We're going to focus on as if I was doing a one-on-one private session in your home for 15 minutes. 1, what do you think of it? And 2, whoever wants to join it, email me at info@backtobasicsdogtraining.com. You'll be amazed. I really think this can help. And it'll help other people, in my opinion, because they get to see the training session live and in living color. So let me know what you think about that, guys. Michelle, keep me updated, please, on this puppy. Send me pictures. I want to see what the puppy looks like. Barb, we definitely have to work with Toby a little bit more. Linda, give me a shout out. I'll be there. Uh, guys, it's all about helping the dogs. We know this. Anybody who knows me knows I'm about helping the dogs, but in the same, my methodology works on helping people, because we understand the energy better and all this. I promised myself I wasn't going to say this, but of course, my thoughts and prayers are with the people over in Texas and Buffalo right now after all the crap that goes on, has been going on here. We can fix this together. And our dogs are giving us the clue. Dogs don't do things out of anger. That's where I came up with this, you know, where is it? Hold on. I know I have it here. Here it is. Uh, no anger, no frustration, no nonsense. Um, by working with, having the privilege of working with so many dogs over my lifetime, what I learned is dogs don't do things out of anger or frustration. They don't. The human race does. And we need to change that. And that's why, I know I'm bouncing around with my captions here. I always say this: together we can help one dog and one family at a time. And what I mean by that is by understanding what our dogs are communicating to us, we learn how to communicate to each other better. We learn how to listen to each other better. We know how to use our energy to help us understand what's going on around us. And the dogs have taught me that. I'm not that smart. I say this all the time, but it's a lifestyle. And I do believe it can help. It's been a rough couple of weeks in this country with what's going on. I'm not saying this is the end all cure all for everything, but we can start somewhere. And why not learn how to help our dogs so we can help each other? Um, Myrna, and I hope I said that right. What's your advice? I have an adopted puppy, Mill Senior, death. I'm assuming that's death and blind Maltese, and she knows my home, so I don't travel because I don't know what will happen to her in different environment. Her sister was just put down because she shut down and had dementia. Okay, I'm assuming you're asking what to do if you want to, because you may want to travel or something. My suggestion, a couple things. Guys, dogs are smarter than we think. And here's a real life. When I was boarding up on Long Island, I was doing in my home boarding for people. I did have a blind dog, um, Chief. Loved him. Yeah, he banged into things, but their sense of smell is so good. He managed to get along. I had to help him go outside. I had to help him down the stairs, off my deck. Um, but the best solution is, Myrna, if you have somebody who can stay at your house. I do believe when we're dealing with older dogs that are not in the best of health, the best solution if you want to go away is have somebody stay in your house with the dog. There's a lot of services. Do your due diligence, of course. We offer that service here in the Carolinas to people. We will go and you know, stay in their house while they're away. Um, Either myself, my wife, or my daughter will do it. We've done it for a few people. If I'm needed there to do training, of course, that's something different. We can do that as well. But I would definitely suggest when you're dealing with older dogs, guys, or especially older dogs or dogs that aren't in the best health, um, the best thing is in their house. If not, what I would suggest is if you have a friend or you're saying your husband won't want that, I know it's hard because you have people staying in your home. Um, there are some trustworthy people out there. I would make sure they're bonded. This way, there's an insurance policy. If they do anything stupid. Um, the other suggestion would be if you have a friend or a relative that lives nearby that you would trust with your dog, bring your dog there for a few times before you go away. Bring it once a week, every week. Let the dog get used to that environment. Maybe there's a way that person's house can be okay. This is the room. It's a safe room. There's not a lot of stuff the dog can bang into. Um, you know, the work around it. I would not suggest going to a normal boarding place with a dog like that. Your choices would be either to have somebody stay in your house or go to somebody's house you trust, and I would bring the dog there a few times, let her get used to the different smells and things like that that are around. Get the lay of the land. Dogs are smart guys. Like I said, I had that dog Chief in my house, and it was fascinating watching him because he got a fine. And we had other dogs in the house too, which was amazing. And he did really, really well. He learned it. He let us know when he wanted to go out, so it was no issue there. The only thing we made sure he was safe was going out the door because there was that little lip, and going down the stairs to off my deck to the yard. And when he was outside, we watched him, and then we guided him back in. But for the most part, he did it himself. He figured out, okay, this is the way I go. Those are the steps. Okay, I can go up there. Okay, this is, and then he knew how to get back to the house without our help because he knew that, picked up the sense of smells very quickly. It was actually beautiful to watch. Uh, if we take her with us to a pet-friendly hotel, should I keep her in a large bathroom to prevent bad situations? Absolutely. Um, bathrooms in most hotels are relatively safe. Um, but yeah, the rest of it isn't. It would be very confusing. The bathroom it would be a lot safer for you. You can put a dog bed in there. Most of these bathrooms are big enough in a hotel. Take her with you. That's always an option. When you're not in the hotel room, definitely keep her someplace safe. Um, Also, the way bathrooms are situated in most hotels, they're not near noisier areas, which would be good probably. She's an older dog, so we don't want her spooked. Definitely a way to do it. Think about maybe, going away. I don't know. There's a lot of Airbnbs out there that are dog friendly. That may be another solution, just to keep some of the noise, ambient noises around down. But there's always ways you can work it. Take her with you. That's fine. Personally, when I go away, if I travel, I like to take Zoe with me wherever I possibly can. Um, you can do it, and like I said, that's another good solution. Like I said, if you got to go away and you can't take her with you, you got to come up. Oh, that's right. She's deaf. I forgot. Sorry. Um, I forgot you said she was deaf, so she won't hear the noises. Yeah, that would be a great solution. A bathroom. Um, just because there's too many nooks and crannies in hotel rooms, bathroom is probably a safer bet. You know, put a dog bed in there, put some water in there, and then when you're in the hotel room, she can walk around, do whatever you want when you're supervising her. That's fine. Um, those are your options. So I hope it helped. It's really hard. I appreciate you adopting a dog that's in that condition. That's such a great thing. Um, So, with that being said, guys, oh, I got a new message. Thank you, great advice. Okay, we try to help, guys. I appreciate, you know, as always, you guys inviting me to your home each and every Saturday morning. You have no idea what that does to me. It makes my weekend, starts my weekend off really, really great. Um, this week I am going to lead off because it is Memorial Day weekend. A big, huge thank you to any of my viewers or anybody in their families or whatever that have served this country to give us the freedoms that we so deeply enjoy. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you to the families for sacrificing when their loved ones are out of town. Um, as always, thank you for inviting me into your homes each and every Saturday morning. I appreciate it. Let me know. Give me the feedback on what you think on the new platform, guys. I really would look forward to that. I will be putting it out there on Facebook hopefully this weekend, trying to get people interested in it. Um, but as always, stay healthy, stay safe. God bless. And remember, together we can help one dog and one family at a time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.